Hi everyone, this is another lecture in which we will learn how we can create this slotted structure. As the dimensions are given, the material is copper and the thickness is 0.035. We can see that the width is 8 and the length is also 8, and we have the slot information as well. The slot width is given, which is 1, the slot length is 2, and the gap is 0.25. So we will create this solid brick first in the CST Studio. We'll go to the modeling, select the brick, and this is the information about the brick. So the name is solid 1, and the length and width information which is given here is 8. So I will write W in the X max. In the Y max I will write L, and for the height I will write small h. So I will click on the preview. I will define the width, which is 8. So I will write 8 here, and in the description I will write width. For the length information which is given is 8, I will write in the description as length. And for the height, which I already know is 0.035, so I will write height here. Then I will press click on OK, and you can see the shape of the brick has been created. I will zoom out and you can see. Now I will shift it into the center or the origin, so I will write minus W by 2 and plus W by 2 in the X min and X max. When I preview it, similarly for the Y I will write minus L by W and plus L by W, and after I preview it, it's shifted to the center. I will click on OK. Now I will rotate it so that you may see the further dimension detail of this geometry. To see the dimension detail of it, I will press S and double click on it, and it is 8. For the width, I will press S and double click on it, and we can see it is 8. Now clear it, clear pick, and now after rotating it, I will zoom this portion, press S and double click on it, and you can see that this is 0.035. I will press clear pick, and then I will re-rotate the geometry. Now I need to create this slot, so I will create this slot here along this side. So I will rotate it. I need to find the middle point of this side, so I will press on M and then double click on it and press W, so the axis may shift here. Now you can see it, the axis is here. I will click on the brick, and then I will define it as a slot. I need to define its width, which is 1, so I will write SW. So I will write here SW, and for the Y max I will write the SL. For the height I will write H. In the preview I will define the values of it, which is 1. For the other section, which is 2, length is 2, so I will write 2 here, and this is the length of the slot, so I will write slot length here. After that I have already defined the H. Now I want to shift it to the middle of the y-axis, so I will write minus SL by 2 to SL by 2. So it will be, this slot will be shifted to the center of the y-axis, which is the middle point of the one side. I will define the material as copper, so I will write copper here. So the material will be loaded. So I will define the material of the slot as copper. Now we can see that there is a gap between the side and the slot, so I will, in the X min I will write G, and for the other parameter I will write SW plus G, so that the slot may be shifted slightly in the x-axis direction. So the G is 0.25, which I have defined. Now you can see after rotating, you can see that I have created a slot. But if I rotate it, you will see there is a problem, like the slot is not overlapping. The is one thing which I have skipped is I have not defined the material of the solid brick, which is this one. So I need to define the material of solid one. I will load as copper. So I'll select copper from here, and the material of the solid brick will change. So I will click on the WCS local, and you can see that this is not properly overlapping. The slot is not properly overlapping the solid one. So I need to shift it slightly to the -h in the z-axis. So now we can see that the slot is properly overlapping the solid one. So now I need to remove this material, the slot material, from the main body, which is solid one. So from the solid one I will select boolean, then I will select subtract, then I will select the slot one, and you can see that a slot has been created. Here we see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 slots. So I need to create 8 slots over here. For that I will copy. So I will make a copy of the first slot. So I will go to the history list, and I will select the 10th option. I will delete it, and I will update so that this material is not like the previous command may be deleted. Now you can see that we have a slot again which is covered with copper. So what I will do is I will zoom it so that we may properly see it. You can see that the SW is equal to 1, and here if I verify it, the length of this slot, the width of this slot is 1, and the other side of it is 2. So I will click on the clear pick, and I will click on the slot. I will go to the transform. I will translate it, and for the translate I will click on the copy, and I will write in the X as 1. So in the preview you can see a copy has been created, but there should be some space which is 1.5. So I will repeat this factor, and you can see that we have 4 slots now. So we have 4 copies. I will increase it. If I further increase it, we can see that it will go outside the body of the main solid one object. So what I need to do is I need to change some properties of the slot. So I will change the SW to 0.5, and you can see by clicking the parametric update, you can see that the slot width is decreased. Now again I will click on slot 1. I will select all these slots and I will delete them. So after deleting, I will again go to the main slot. I will go to the modeling, again click on the transform, click on translate, and then click on the check the copy and write in the X translate 0.5. In the preview you can see that they are adjacent to each other, so I will write 0.5 plus 0.5, and in the preview you can see there is a 0.5 millimeter distance between these two slots. Now I will copy them and now you can see that there are 8 slots that have been created. So the SW is actually 0.5. If I keep it 1, then the total number of 8 slots could not be created. So it is actually 0.5, and the gap between the two slots is also 0.5. So now I have created the slots. Now I need to delete the body of these slots from the solid one. So I'll click on the solid one. I will select the boolean, go to the subtract, and then click on all these slots which I want to remove it. So the slots will be removed in this way. Now you can see that I have created the geometry which I want to create in the start. If I zoom it, you can see that this is 0.25. If I measure it, I will click on this side, and I will click on the this center edge, and you can see that P2 minus P1 is 0.25, the distance between these two. And if I want to measure the distance between two slots, I will click on pick the edge information. I will click here, and then I pick edge center, and I will create the point 2. Now we can see that 0.2 minus 0.1 is 0.5, 501,224. So we can see that this geometry has been created, and in the next lecture I will tell you more about the CST design creation process. Thank you so much.